Hi, my name's Steve and this is my board. Thanks to the guys at Stompbox Talk on Facebook who have nominated my board as Feature of the Week. Thanks to you guys at Stompbox Talk for creating such a great forum for the likes of me who are enthusiastic about pedals, guitars and guitar gear and just want to go online to talk about guitars, guitar gear and pedals. It's a great little forum and I would encourage anybody that is like myself to go online, go onto Facebook, check the guys out and start talking guitars, guitar gear and pedals and everything else. As part of the feature of the week, I've been asked to do a quick video of the board itself, and I've had a few requests online via my Twitter account and via my Instagram account for a rundown of the board, so I thought I'd use this opportunity to do so. The idea for the project started in 2019 and the idea was to create a board that had pedals on it that I could call upon during gigs and things like that. So everyday effects that we use as guitarists. So there's nothing really unconventional about the effects that I've got on here. It's mainly sort of choruses, reverbs, delays, flanges, wahs and things like that. So pretty standard conventional types of effects. The board itself is a Temple board and I researched quite a few different boards on the market, but this board suited me for the time, plus it suited my budget. Underneath the board is a Strymon Zoomer and two Strymon Ojis powering the pedals. There's also a Line 6 wireless unit which I use for gigging. The signal path, or the guitar comes into this section here and it's cabled, the guitar's cabled up at the minute, and then you've got the channel changer from the orange unit at the next port up. The next port is where the wireless unit or receiver comes out, so I'll usually play wirelessly, so I take the cable out and jumper jack the wireless unit to the input of the board. From the input of the board it goes straight to the Mesa Boogie high wire, which is a buffer, and it's also got 20 dB of boost. It's also got a switch on it which you can actually automatically have 3 dB of boost all the while, so I usually have that switched on. You've got a volume knob there, or gain knob, which controls the amount of dB increase, so from 0 right up to 20 dB. Because that is before the preamp of my Orange, and I generally use the gain within my amp to create the gain effect of my sound. When the headroom on my Orange is getting pretty much near the top and you switch on the Mesa Boogie, the boost, it doesn't really boost the signal a great deal, because obviously the headroom on the Orange is always already reaching its limit. So I very rarely use the boost switch unless I'm going through the clean channel of my Orange. But I rely on its buffering capabilities absolutely, and I think it's a great pedal. From the high wire I go straight to my filters, so I've got my wah, I've got my neutrino, the compressor and the King Fuzz by Bigfoot Engineering. Now that probably goes against the grain with a lot of people, and it kind of does with me, and I've tried various different combinations with the filters outside of the high wire, and I think if I'd have started this board again I probably would have done it differently, but as ever we are always learning with regards to pedals. But it works for me. The Bigfoot Engineering fuzz is a Germanium fuzz. They claim that it can be used anywhere in the signal chain, and it pretty much can. That said, you know, I think probably my next move and as the board develops, I'll probably get a pedal switcher and have the filters outside any buffering. From the Bigfoot Engineering, we've got the J-Rocket Archer icon, which I use a lot for adding gain to the clean channel. If I just want to switch it on and get a bit more gain, I'll use that, or fattening up the gain channel of my Orange. The Freak Out I use a lot on for creating the various different feedback songs on things like Whole Lot of Love by Led Zeppelin, and also the intro to Lucky Man by The Verve, because I play in a Britpop tribute band. So on that intro of Lucky Man, there's a few sort of feedback sounds, and I use that pedal for that. From the Freak Out, it goes straight to the input of my amp. From the amp send, it then comes to on the left hand side of the board, or this side of the board here, and then it goes straight to my noise gate. And so that's after all the drive features of the signal path before any delays. So again, as I say, it's pretty conventional sort of signal path. And I only use the noise gate if I'm using a lot of gain. So if the preamp and the amp is turned up quite a bit, and I'm just fattening the sound up with the J-Rocket pedal. Most of the time it's off. And from the MXR noise gate, it goes straight to the Mini Vent 2, which is a great pedal to create the Leslie speaker simulation. Sounds great on the clean channel of my amp. I think next time I rewire the board, I'll actually try the mini vent before the gain structures and see what that sounds like. It seems to be quite sort of noisy after the gain section of the pedal and also the amp. Maybe you guys have got some experiences and can offer some advice. Next is the JHS Unicorn, which is a Univibe. I love this pedal. There is a point on it, particularly if the amp's running low, that on the low part of the depth knob, it lacks a little bit of bass. As soon as you start turn the pedal up past sort of 9 o'clock, you get that depth of bass within the pedal itself. It's bulb driven, and it's also connected up to the Bellwether by Walrus Audio, so that the two run in sync and in time. It's a great pedal, really like the JHS. Next I've got my Super Chorus from Boss, which I've had for years and I'll probably never get rid of, but I certainly would like to upgrade or have a look at a few additional chorus pedals in the future. From the Chorus, and I'm going to the MXR Micro Flanger. Now I bought that one actually, I was playing with a band and they wanted to play She Soul Sanctuary by The Cult, and to get that sound that Billy Duffy creates, I bought the Micro Flanger and I love it now. I'm using it for so many other things as well, so it's a great little pedal, even though it's got just the rate and the regeneration knob, and the bigger brother of the pedal has more functionality. Actually, the Micro Flanger, it actually achieves quite a bit, so I really like it. From the Micro Flanger, then we're going straight into the Bellwether by Walrus Audio. I love this pedal. I would like to look at another delay pedal, but I don't think I'd ever get rid of my Bellwether if I can. It offers Bucket Brigade technology, analog sound, and with some digital functionality. It's also got a switch and a chorus engine so that it adds chorus to the delay signal only. I don't tend to use that, but it is a superb little function, and the sounds that I get from this, it's really nice. It can be very dark, which we expect from analog pedals, and there's a tone switch that you can use to actually brighten it up. Now, unlike most tone switches where you would turn it clockwise to increase the treble, it's actually opposite on this pedal, which got me stumped when I first bought it. And then I did what I should have done, and that is RTFM. Read the manual, and I would have saved myself a lot of time. It's got tap tempo, and I usually control the time via the pedal and the feedback via the mission pedal. So the amount of repeats that I get back, I just alter with the mission pedal. Straight from the Bellwether, we're going to the DD6 by Boss, and I have that on there for shorter delays. So whilst the bellwether creates fantastic ambient delays, and particularly when the amp and everything is turned up, the bellwether is superb. But obviously it's analog, so it doesn't do that slap back sound. It does slap back, but not as good as the DD6. Straight from the DD6 into the RV5 by Boss. Yep, RV5, I just thought it was an RV6 then. But RV5, and again, a great pedal, but I tend to use the reverb on my amp the majority of the time. My amp's got a valve-driven spring reverb, so I generally use that as the basis of my reverb tone. And then on top of that, dependent on the song and things like that, I use the modulate function on the RV5 to create some shimmer on top of the reverb from my amp. But it's got some great functionality: plates, springs, halls, reverbs, really, really good. Lastly is my Thorpe Team Medic, and I use this for a number of reasons, primarily for its buffering capabilities, but also as it's sending the signal back to the power amp. But it's also got 20 dBs of boost. So and because this is actually in the effects loop of the amp, it's actually boosting the signal post the preamp. So whereas the Mesa Boogie is hitting the headroom of the preamp and doesn't really affect the boosted signal, I get a lot of boost afterwards in the effects loop. I love the Team Medic. So Adrian Thorpe, you do a great job with your pedals, well made, great components, and it's a great pedal. It's got 3 active EQs, so you got your bass, your treble and your mid, and it really cleans up the sound, adds some sparkle to the tone, and it's my always on pedal. So it's always on to just clean up the sound and get the tone that I want. So that's my board. I hope it's been of interest to you. If you've got any questions, comments, then post away in the comments below. It'd be nice to hear your thoughts, any suggestions for me to try out different things, different signal paths, then please let me know. Thanks guys, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.